How's it going, guys? It's a final render here, and welcome to a Halloween special of Fallout 4 Building with Mods. And yes, I know, it's not Halloween, you're not clever for pointing it out, but the video's done, so here we go. Welcome to the Museum of Witchcraft. The Museum of Witchcraft is truly one of the freakiest places in Fallout 4, and it's got a really cool quest line when you actually go in there for the first time. This is going to be a creation kit build, and I do highly recommend you play the game here first before downloading this mod. So the Museum of Witchcraft is, as I said, a very creepy aesthetic. It's got an awful lot of scripted trigger events in here to make the place really scary the first time you come in here. And if you are going to come in here, bring lots of stim packs and bring lots of ammo. But the coolest thing about this place is its aesthetic. It's got a very dark, dusty, horror aesthetic to it, and it really does set the mood for the Salem witch trials which took place in Boston. So, that being said, let's go. The plan for this place is to make a perfect Halloween party venue, and it is going to be so much fun for all the people of the Commonwealth to come and have a go at. We are going to make the bottom floor, the basement level, into a kind of ghost walky area. You know, a kind of haunted house where you walk in and you just see lots of creepy things. And we're going to have some pretty inventive ideas, if not too scary, more so silly that they actually are a bit of fun. We're going to start off with one of those kind of bizarre things. I believe it turned out in Poltergeist the first time we saw it in cinema, of having chairs just stacking by themselves. I don't know why people find this creepy, but we are going to make it a little bit creepier with some strange monkeys. And we are also going to have a murdered body surrounded by mannequins and a bloody sacrifice symbol around it, just to kind of add a little bit to the gore. And we're going to decorate the place by having some carpets going along this main walkway, which will lead towards the party. So you follow the carpet until eventually you get to the Halloween party. Kind of makes people lead and go into the right direction, and it looks nice. And the nice thing about Fallout 4 is that since the bombs fall just before Halloween, I believe, we actually do have pre-war Halloween decorations, or I should say decrepit Halloween decorations, so that we actually can make Halloween locations. I believe it's the same for Christmas as well. They've got some Christmas decorations in there. And when we light the place with pumpkins and lots of ambient fog, we get a really creepy looking aesthetic, and it works really well for this build, I think. We're also going to have something which I believe actually occurred in Nuka World. We are going to have a room where everything is on the ceiling. Again, I don't know why people find this creepy, but it's a bit of fun, and as I said, it's kind of like an attraction before you get to the party. So let's throw that in there. It does look a bit odd when you actually step in here in game, to say the least, but it works well here. So here we go. This is the downstairs Ghost Walk section. It's got an awful lot of decoration and an awful lot of ambience in this place. I definitely put a lot of attention into having some kind of creepy things, but as I said, they're not actually scary, they're just a bit odd. And I think it works really well for the kind of aesthetic I'm going for. The candle lights and the fog look really, really good down here, and it just goes to show that the Museum of Witchcraft looks really, really good, mostly because of this dust and fog. It is a very creepy place, and it is perfect for this Halloween ghost walk that I have planned. And as I said, because we've got all the Halloween decorations, it makes it really easy to actually make a Halloween party. And I wanted to do this video for a long time, but obviously I have held it off till Halloween for an obvious reason. So that's been done, let's head upstairs to the party area. I did have to do an awful lot of repair work in here. I did do repair work downstairs as well, but I wanted to have the walls to mostly be intact. This is the main reason why I said if you haven't been here in the base game, make sure you go there first before downloading this mod so you don't miss out on the cool spectacle. And there is an awful lot of clutter in here. Most of the walls have been broken by you-know-what, and it's really nice to actually clear the place up and see what it might have looked like with all of the walls intact. I don't know if the Museum of Witchcraft is a place in real life, but if it is, maybe it does look a bit like this once you repair all of the walls. It is quite a small place, but there are several rooms in here which we can work with, and we do have a lot of space in those rooms. And that being said, it is nice to actually kind of segregate the party a little bit. But I do want one very big area in the middle where the main party will be. And to start off with the first area, we are going to have kind of a continuation of the Ghost Walk. This is going to be a very dark, scary, creepy room. And we're going to put a lot of emphasis on decoration, especially on the little things on the shelves, like I've put a pumpkin hat on this Mr. Handy figurine, which I think is a nice little touch. And I found this amazing decoration in the base game. I have no idea where it is in the game, if it's there at all, but it's a skull made out of bones to look like a spider. It is a spider bone, and it's so creepy to look at. And also, as you can see here, we have got these kind of webs. These are actually the brain fragments from when you go into Kellogg's brain. Nice little inventive use of them, I think, to make cobwebs for the decoration. We definitely need some hanging skeletons in here because it's such a creepy thing to see them hanging from the ceiling. Like, how did they get there? Who knows? We've got a little ticket area in here so you can buy your kind of drinks coupons so you can get all of your free sweets later on. And we're also going to change all the wallpaper to be a dark red so that when we put all of the red scary lighting in here, it looks very creepy. And whilst I said I did a lot of repair work, for the aesthetic I was going for, I realised I really need to have lots of debris on the ground. What, final renders making the place look dirty? What the hell's going on? I know, but it really worked for the aesthetic I'm going for, I think, to have a dark, decrepit, horror aesthetic. I'm also going to put lots of blood around the place, just to kind of keep the horror aesthetic going, and I think it works really well. We have also got some of the stuff from the Contraptions Workshop, I believe. Oh no, this is Wasteland Workshop, isn't it? These kind of cool neon signs. And if you are going to download this mod, keep in mind you do need all DLCs. But here we go. Here is the ambient scary area, which is the entrance to the party. This place I really like. It definitely hits the nail on the head of what I was going for, with like dark red lighting and some pretty creepy decorations just to kind of really sell the idea of a Halloween party. We've got severed heads on shelves. We have got a cool ticket area which is being manned by a mannequin. Who knows how they got her to get in there? And we have got a really scary deaf spider skull. As I said, I have no idea where in the base game that is, but I hope it's in there somewhere. It was much smaller. It's probably in Pikmin's gallery or something like that. And we've also got things like taxidermied beasts, and we've got some pillories as well, just to make a really cool horror atmosphere. Oh, and also something I didn't actually show in the edit, there is a workshop in here so you can decorate this place yourself if you want to download this mod. So now, moving on into the main party area. The aesthetic in here is going to be different. It is going to be brighter with an emphasis on seating and socializing. And we're going to have a very big shrine to the scariest monsters in the Commonwealth and post-war America, if I'm completely honest. And that is, of course, the Deathclaw. I've built a little kind of display here, almost as if you were in a museum, so that you can see the Deathclaw in its natural habitat, even though we are inside. And it looks very scary with all the ground on there as well. And of course, it's a Halloween party. We need sweets and we need food. And we're going to have some healthy stuff like the moot fruits and potatoes, but we're also going to have lots of sweet rolls and all the variety of sweets which you can get in the game, which surprisingly, there actually is quite a lot. There's a lot of cakes and stuff like that, especially when you add all the DLCs together, and plenty of fizzy drinks. I didn't want to go with alcohol because I wanted to kind of make it kid-friendly at the same time, so we've got all the flavours of Vim and Nuka-Cola you could possibly want at a party. And now it's just about having some kind of fun games. So I thought, why not have everyone's favourite Halloween game, Pin the Tail on the Mole Rat? Okay, I've never played that myself, but I think it's kind of fun. I put a mole rat into the wall with its rear end sticking out, and I've made a little table which has got some spikes, some blindfolds, and also some ropes to act like tails. And I think it kind of makes sense. You know, if you look at it, you would definitely see what's going on. And I managed to get some catwalks, shrink them down so that we get a nice little kind of ringed sign around the ring. And I also used some more neon letters so that we can get a tail pin sign, just to make it clear that this is a fun game. And we're going to put up lots of lights in here. As I said, I want this place to be a bit brighter. Also, for more fun and games, we've got some of the arcade games from Nuka World in there, so people can have some fun while socializing and eating more sweets than their stomachs can possibly handle. So here we go. This is the party room, fully built and ready to go. It looks pretty darn cool when you add all the Halloween decorations in here. I still put a lot of attention into adding some blood and things like that, but really, I wanted this place to be brighter. We've got some creepy decorations, such as these feral ghoul chairs, but I do really like the attention I've put onto kind of the arrays of sweets and stuff and the decorations, just to really sell that this is not just a scary place, this is also a room where you can have some fun. And of course, it makes perfect sense that we have got all of the stuff from Nuka World, which has a lot of creepy decorations that you can see in Fallout 4, and it really does help sell this place. And of course, we have got the fun Pin the Tail on the Mole Rat game. Hey, what else do you want in your settlements? You definitely need to have a mole rat rear end poking out of your wall, which is not something I'd ever thought I'd say in my life. But of course, we do have the glorious shrine to the almighty Deathclaw, and I think that's a really nice nail on the coffin to making this place look absolutely beautiful. And now moving on to the third and final area. This area didn't really need too much, if I'm honest. Like, I didn't really have the space to do too much with it in terms of a theme, but it was mostly just about giving it some Halloween decorations. One thing this room does have, it does have the toilet area, so I decided to make some clean toilets because it is nice to actually have a clean place to do all of that stuff. I'm sure you'll agree. So it's very post-war, and also we have got a Yogwai static figurine with a skull head in its mouth. And to tell you the truth, it looks really creepy, especially when you actually put the blood onto the skull. It really does kind of sell the place, because this is the main entrance if you don't go through the ghost walk, so that's a scary thing to see as soon as you enter. Only thing left to do now is just to make this place look a bit decrepit. We're going to put lots of bloodstains down, we're going to put some misty fog around, along with a lot of litter on the ground, so this place does actually kind of resemble what it would have been originally, but it still fits the creepy atmosphere. So here we go. As I said, this place didn't really take too long at all. In fact, this was the quickest place to do. And it really does work well when you add all these things on top of another. And especially with the smoke. The smoke really does sell this settlement, as I said. And it really is a nice little entrance to the party. That is, of course, if you go through this way. Real people will go through the scary ghost walk in order to get into the party. But if you just want to get into the party, you can come through this front entrance as well. And that, in all honesty, is still just fine, as long as you're here having fun. So, that was me doing the Halloween special of Fallout 4 building with mods. This has been a very interesting video because I don't normally do only creation kit builds, but I do love doing it. Remember to check out some of my previous videos if you enjoyed this one. They're mostly done on the settlement mode, but this one was a pure creation kit which you can download on PC and on Xbox One. And there's no external assets in here, so you should be able to do it on PS4 when that's available. Check out my previous video where I actually did building with mods in Skyrim, where I decided to try and do a settlement build video in Skyrim, which doesn't have a settlement building option. So it was kind of interesting to actually do that video. It was a lot of effort, but I do think it is a really nice video. And of course, guys, Skyrim Remastered is being released to the general public in a matter of hours. So that's very cool. I'm definitely going to be staying up late so I can try that out as soon as it comes on live, I believe at 1 in the morning in the UK. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. This has been the final render, and you have been the audience.